So hard to remember that name, but Melanie Tonia Evans or something like this. But I can also put that in the description, her page. So she, I think, does amazing videos on narcissism. So she talks a lot about that and spiritual quantum things and healing. So I really found a lot of answers from her videos. And I've been involved with a lot of crazy stuff, and I think it's better to just like talk about this like this, and then you can milk the cow and ask questions more, and then I can clarify like what's going on. But this already gives some meat to the bones, so we're like putting more meat to the bones. So yes, I left him 2016, spring, summer, and it was my psychologist that got me to do it. So it was for the better. So 2016, spring, summer, that's when we were still writing, and we wrote a lot, and we sorted things out. And yes, that's another thing. So he would love bomb me in the beginning. Like he would write me a lot of messages and on Facebook Messenger, and or do you say in, well, whatever, like in Messenger or on Messenger. I will say on. So there were a lot of messages coming, and I was like, what is this? Like I got terrified, like about the amount of messages that I got. I wasn't used to this. Like he was my first man I dated, and I think I have been traumatized by not dating boys, like dating men. Like I should have experienced a boy. And back to that teenager boy. Like these two are my craziest experiences I have experienced, like being involved with someone being over 20 years older than me. And then he was like 22 or 23 years older than me, I think. So, and then this teenager boy that was like a lot younger than me. So, I don't remember like our age difference, but yes, it's still huge. So, the teenager boy, like he could literally sue me for being such a violent neighbor. Not violent like physically, but I have been verbally very assaulting and very like very emotional, and that has been my weapon. Like I have been verbally attacking people and assaulting people. That's what I did with my mom, so that is a pattern that I have done. And that's what I did with the Virgo I was dating as well. Like my two dating experiences, like the first one being this man who was 20 years older than me, and then the Virgo that was like 4 years older than me. So I have dated only twice, because I have like gone the like loyal way, like in my past. Like I have had feelings for someone for a long time, and I have dedicated myself emotionally to that person. And the one who was 20 years older than me, so I was loyal to him and I didn't leave him that easily. And I can talk about that as well. Like it was really hard for me to leave him and be left, and Anastasia left outside alone. Like I literally listened to that and cried when we were about to break up. So breakups. I was terrified about breakups at this age, and I needed someone in my life so desperately. And let's face it, this face is not the most beautiful one. Like, this face hasn't been so popular on the market, like, I can tell you that. So with this older man, I felt like my self-esteem felt him more, and like I was like drawn to him, I think, also because my face, and I thought I was good enough for him. And but I was even insecure with him, and I had makeup on, and I used makeup, and I couldn't meet him if I didn't have the makeup on. And I was really insecure, and I think he took advantage of this, but I'm not gonna be a victim. So I'm just so sorry about all this confusion to his sons and such. Like, it was just terrible. Like, oh my god. So what else? So yes, the love bombing, and then it was just a lot. I can tell you one example of how he was like with me. He would make me cry on a one birthday, I remember. And then there was one birthday, I don't know if it was the same, but he he drove this woman that was still living with him. He drove her home, and he was like, now we can meet, and I should be happy about it, like us meeting. But I felt like it was so sketchy that he drove her home and then we could meet, like, secretly. But before you start accusing me of being stupid, like speechless is what you are. Accusing me of being stupid. Yes, like, he told me that he would take no, I said wrong. He told me that she would take suicide, or she would like harm herself if he left her, like so that was probably true. But like, if he had her to move out, like, so she was just living there, but they didn't have anything going on anymore. And I think that was a lie, but she definitely could have been a little bit unstable, just like me. And I think this all measures up to me being vulnerable, and we could a little bit psychoanalyze this. Like, I'm vulnerable. I'm really vulnerable. Like, I'm emotional, I'm traumatized, I'm unstable, and it just puts you into a target that others can use. And I'm stronger nowadays, so it's not dangerous to put myself out there like this. And I think life is meant to happen. And I'm here right now, and I'm just talking about this. And I know that people can take advantage of that, but then it happens. I'm not gonna put myself in in cotton, like surrounded by cotton. Like, you have to take risks and live your life. So yes, I'm having my OCD, and it's like me checking things. So I'm trying not to check now, and just be like this in front of the camera, and just vulnerable. Like, that was the word. Like, I was vulnerable. So I could talk about my voices more and those experiences in in a future video, but I chose to talk about this this experience with the older man. So yes, I was loyal to him, but I did have feelings for two other males during that time when we were texting, and we were even almost sexting. Like, we were writing a lot of nasty things to each other, and I kind of miss when there was some action going on with me sexually, like my sexuality, like actually something happening. Like, nothing is happening right now, so I think that's what I would like the most, like something happening again. But I think my dream is to find a soulmate or a friends, twin flame, something like this. But I think I'm a little bit ahead of my time. Like, I'm having my OCD right now, I'm having my voices, and I think I have to start from the bottom, you know, and then like build the steps towards something bigger. Like, right now I'm like there right now at the big, like the result, like here, like where the great videos are, and me talking in a perfect way. And I have to start from this, like me being a little bit amateurish, not having so many viewers, and then I can build on something and it becoming greater and greater all the time. So that's that, yes. So I'm practicing now, and yes, I was also like, I visited his place like once or twice, so I have sat there on his sofa. But yes, otherwise we met a lot, like in the car or outside in the forest or in that sauna dressing room. And so that was me when I was 18 to 20, 21, I think. Like, it was like 3 years we were like writing to each other. I think it was like when I was 18 turning 19 to like 21 about to turn 22. So that's, I think, how it went. I was 21 that spring when I cut the connection, and then ended things, like not coming back again, like, which I did a lot. Like, I tried to leave him many times, and then I would always come back, but this time I didn't come back, and he wasn't maybe ready for that. So, but then he wrote a lot to me, and we were sorting things out still during that summer when I was 21. And then I turned 22 on the autumn after all that, and that's when he still like wrote me like happy birthday, and I didn't answer it. I didn't reply. So that's that. And then I went to a place also when I was 21, I think, that spring, and I went to a social environment, which is, if you're not working, if you're not in school, you can go to this place, and it's for people who don't have a place to study or work. So you can go there and you can get a little money, and it's just basically like being in a routine, like having these timetables, like when you are waking up on the mornings, and it's just like supporting that. So I went there, and that's where I met the Virgo, and we started meeting, I think, it was before I had moved away from home, so it has to be when I was 22. So that's when we met, like started meeting, and it was that winter when I was 22, I think. And because then I think I moved away from home 2017 summer, and I was 22, about to turn 23 on the autumn. So if I haven't got it horribly wrong now, I think this was the case. So that was just a little bit years of how things went. So have you ever been a second woman, or the other woman, I mean, or done something as crazy